Hey guys, welcome to 16 Galaxies. First and foremost, Happy New Year. Hopefully everybody has had a good festive season with Christmas and of course now New Year's. And as collectors, we're also still feeling that Hot Toys doesn't stop under Chinese New Year pressure, even through Christmas week. We've had Lightyear for those that wanted that. We've had the announcement of the What If Hulkbuster. We now have the Diecast Mark II for those that want to get that Diecast 1 to 7 line complete. And of course, we have Toby released in Hong Kong as well. So crazy stuff going on. I know I haven't really made a video in a while. Normally I have a bit more free time during this period, but with my 18-month-old, I've just been trying to obviously spend as much time with her throughout the days as well, and doing different things with her, so I just haven't gotten around to making videos. As far as upcoming videos goes, for the 3.75 inch, Zing have the Book of Boba Fett retro line in. I'm expecting that my local store will probably be 2 or 3 days late with the public holidays as well. So I'm thinking maybe Thursday, Friday for those. They did release New Year's Eve, which I thought was really odd. But nonetheless, yeah, hopefully it doesn't take them too long. I know they're in transit. The store mentioned that the other day when I was in there. So hopefully that's something. 6 scale wise, we of course are going to have our Peacemaker video. I've got him out ready to go. And we are going to also have the Multiverse of Madness Strange. As you can see, I do have the extra sculpt on. I'm really impressed with this Doctor Strange figure, as I'm impressed with Peacemaker as well. So definitely ended the year on a high. Pickup wise, the Peacemaker, I didn't actually pre-order him. It was just one of the figures I was going to get around to, and then he sold out. Thankfully, I was able to get one at retail. I think Sergo might still have him in stock. And the Doctor Strange I was able to get from Amazon. So the Multiverse of Madness Strange isn't at Australian retail yet. We are thinking he will probably be in the batch with the Otto Octavia and the Norman Osborn Green Goblin anytime now, hopefully. Seeing that they just missed out on that early December batch. So having missed that batch, we're thinking that they have to be this month, surely. If they get pushed back even further, well, that's just extra saving time. But I highly doubt it. Yeah, so the Multiverse of Madness Strange, I think Jefferson Tan in the group has one, if you really want to get him quickly. Otherwise, yeah, Amazon have marked him way up, way more than what I paid for it. He was discounted during their very late Christmas sales, which is rare to see such a new figure get discounted, but he did. So in terms of channel content, I am going to do a collection update. Something I've been meaning to do for a while now, but because we've just had figure after figure, as soon as you do one, it's going to be out of date, right? But I will do one this week while there's absolutely nothing in transit other than my Pop Culture Boxing Day pickup, which is just a single figure this time around. I was thinking of getting a couple of the discounted Marvel figures, but I just don't know. I very rarely like picking up a figure just for the sake of picking up a figure, and with a couple of the random characters like White Vision, and that I just feel like that's going to be the case if I do get something like that. So I am just going to stop and just do a quick channel overview and that stuff for people that are probably new. If you are new to the group channel, or you just maybe see this video around. So when I do my videos, I usually do disclose what I pay for the figures, just to give people kind of an idea of what the price is around the time I make the video. Now that's not necessarily, it's not a worldwide thing. And a lot of my figures I do get quite late, simply for the fact that my information relates to Australian retail, or I relate my content to the current situation in Australia. So for example, the Multiverse of Madness Strange, it was a very rare example where a figure that wasn't released over here yet dropped in price overseas, and I was able to get it sooner rather than later. So that was 400 Australian I paid for the Doctor Strange, much cheaper than what Pop Culture is currently asking, which is extraordinary. It doesn't happen that often. Now, also looking at different products, the Peacemaker was $450. The Peacemaker was $450. Had to pay retail for it. There was no way. Now, a lot of the time, I will also talk about the Pop Culture pre-order, in the fact that where I get my figures from have a 10% discount if you pre-order, and then you can usually stack that with an extra discount of either $50 or 10%, depending on how many figures you're ordering. So most of my figures are 20% off retail when I get them, and it's also why sometimes I do get them later than a lot of the other people. Also, I'm not affiliated with anyone. There's no particular store that I promote. I'll talk about getting stuff from TBA, I'll talk about getting stuff from Jefferson Tan, I'll talk about getting stuff from Pop Culture, Amazon, wherever it might be. At the time, I just go, yep, looks like the best deal that's there. There are some figures like the Kate Bishop, which I'll order from Toys Buying Agent, because it'll drop in price, or it'll have a good price elsewhere. But yeah, very rarely do I jump on the day one bandwagons. I am going to be getting, when it finally releases, I will be getting a day one Vader, because it's got the special edition hologram accessory. So that's one of the cases where I will get that, and I'll still obviously disclose what I pay. But yeah, I don't get any sponsorship, anything. I just want to give the information, which is why, again, all my videos are done in a single take without any editing or anything, just because I'm here to show you the figures. I'm not here to do fancy transitions or marketing or anything. I'm just sharing the information, something I enjoy doing. So the other thing is, so with the setup, I do have the light box, which is where the videos are filmed. Now, generally, some of my videos have had a couple of critiques where people are saying that I'm not showing them the trays. Look, if you want me to start showing you the accessory trays and stuff, I will. I just try and save time, because what I prefer to do is I prefer to give you the information, or tell you if that's fragile, or if that's going to break, or how many we get, or whatever it is, while I'm showing the accessories. Basically, my off-screen setup is just the accessory tray, and I'm just literally taking an accessory from the tray, moving it into Lightbox, showing it, putting it back. I'm not doing anything important to the side. I'm not fixing things or anything. Most of the time it's just putting a figure on a stand and moving it into Lightbox, or so again, like this, I've already not really posed, but I've already posed up Doctor Strange, for example. So what I'll do is before I make my video, I'm going to take all the accessories off, and then I'll put them back in the tray, and then I'll show off the video, I'll do the video, and then I'll put it back, and then it'll go into the display like this. I just like to have an idea of how I'm going to display something before I do the videos. Some cases I don't, but in most cases I like to open and have a little play around with the figure before I do the video, just so I know everything that's in the box, etc., and what it's supposed to do. Obviously I do have a smaller light box, so if you watched the video for the Commander Apo and the heavy weapons guy, you would have seen that those type of videos are obviously quite difficult for me to do, because I did order a smaller light box, not a large one, just because I want to be able to have a a walkway where I have the light box. But yeah, if you guys want me to change up the way I do the figure, if you want me to show you the figure in the tray first, whatever, any comments or whatever, put it in and I'll do that. The other thing is only filming on an iPhone. It is still 4K upload. I still make sure it's in focus as best I can, etc. It's just, like I said, I just do it because I enjoy sharing the information, and occasionally I will get an obscure figure that not many mainstreams pick up. For example, I do have the Death Note figures on order. When I think it's Games Toys finally drops those. And I do get a lot of Asmus stuff, so I've got the Asmus Trish on order. So I do pick up the odd figure that a lot of mainstream people don't really do. Again, I don't, very rarely do I rush out to get something unless I see that it's a really good price at that moment. And like I said, I just don't see the point in the really high amounts when a lot of the time you can just wait to get it. And again, the gap between Australian retail and Hong Kong has really dropped. Even Sideshow to Hong Kong, we're seeing the Inquisitors come into stock at Sideshow, and then again it's usually about 2-3 months for us. It does sometimes you get the odd figure like the Wonder Woman 1984. I don't know why that took so long to come out. It just did. But most of the time we're working pretty solidly on 8 to 12 weeks, I want to say. James in the group would have a much better idea because he keeps a spreadsheet of those dates, but just roughly I'd say that we are in a much better position than previously. I started collecting in I started collecting 1:6 in 2006, and the weights back then were crazy. Obviously the figure prices were a lot different, but and most of the time you had to order straight from Sideshow to get something, unless Pop Culture started getting them in around the 2012 Avengers line. I want to say they may have had a few before that, but the Avengers line is when Pop Culture really started to get them in big. It's when I noticed the increase in Hot Toys Australian retail rise, because I had a Game Traders that would order them in for me slightly cheaper than the Sideshow, getting them from Sideshow. But yeah, the wait is much shorter. There were times when we were on a year for some figures, and that's nowhere near the case anymore. So I will just quickly pan around. There was a light on here, but it was causing some flickering, so I didn't really want to do that. But you can see that I do have the Star Wars module cases. There are some old Sideshow boxes on the top there with some lightsabers and things. But I will do a collection walkthrough. You can see that I've got some Hot Toys on the shelf there. That was to make room for the Spider-Man stuff. And this is the darker room, but you can see all the Hasbro stuff there and my helmets, etc. But yeah, I think this year, we're going to get hit pretty quickly. So again, I know most of the other guys, or most of the other places in the world already have the Auto, already have the Green Goblin, etc. But they're going to be the big ones to hit, hopefully this month. And then that'll go forward from there. So anyway, guys, hopefully you did enjoy this video. Again, if there are any suggestions, or there are anything you want to see in the channel, do leave that comment, etc. Generally, I don't really make notes of what to do in videos, because generally I just know what I'm going to do. But yeah, I did really want to do this video because it's been so long since I have done a video, and I did just want to give you an overview of what the channel focuses on. Like I said, I do more than just 6-scale stuff, but mostly that's just Star Wars. So you would see the 3.75 inch stuff in that. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the information in this video, and I will hopefully get those other videos up for you sometime soon.